Deep in the heart of Egypt, across the Nile from the ancient city of Thebes, lies a desolate, sun-scorched landscape. This is the Valley of the Kings, the final resting place for the most powerful rulers of the New Kingdom, the Pharaohs. For over 500 years, from the 16th to the 11th century BC, this valley was a royal necropolis, a city of the dead designed to protect the mummified remains and immense treasures of Egypt's last divine kings for all eternity. But these tombs were not just burial sites. They were gateways to the afterlife, filled with intricate texts and magical spells meant to guide the pharaohs on their perilous journey. However, they were also protected by something far more sinister. Whispers of dark curses, promises of misfortune for any who dared disturb the eternal slumber of the gods on earth. For centuries, the Valley of the Kings has lured explorers, archaeologists, and tomb robbers alike, all drawn by the promise of gold and glory. But with each discovery, a shadow of fear has followed. The legend of the Pharaoh's curse is as old as the tombs themselves, a chilling warning inscribed on ancient walls and whispered through the sands of time. Is it mere folklore, a clever deterrent crafted by ancient priests, or does something truly supernatural guard these sacred grounds? Today, we venture into the shadows, uncovering the dark history of the Valley of the Kings, exploring the chilling stories of curses that haunted those who entered, and seeking the truth behind the legends of these so-called tombs of the damned. We'll dig into the mysterious deaths, the lost treasures, and the unsolved mysteries that continue to shroud this legendary place in an aura of fear and fascination. The idea of a curse is deeply woven into the fabric of ancient Egyptian belief. They believed that death was not an end, but a transition. To disrupt this transition, to desecrate a tomb, was to commit the ultimate sin against the gods and the deceased. The Egyptians took this very seriously. While the dramatic, Hollywood-style curse of the mummy is a modern invention, the ancients did inscribe protective formulas and warnings in their tombs. These weren't necessarily curses in the way we think of them, but rather threats of divine retribution. One inscription found in a tomb from the Old Kingdom reads, "As for any man who shall enter this tomb in his impurity, I shall seize his neck like a bird. I shall cast the fear of myself into him." These weren't just empty words. They were a reflection of a profound belief in cosmic order, or Mat, and the chaos that would ensue if it were disturbed. The real fascination with the curse, however, ignited in the modern era, specifically with the discovery of one tomb that dwarfed all others in its fame and supposed malevolence. The tomb of the Boy King. In 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter, after years of relentless searching funded by his patron, Lord Carnarvon, made the discovery of a lifetime. He found a hidden staircase leading down to a sealed doorway bearing the intact royal seals of Tut. It was a moment that would change history. The tomb was almost untouched, a time capsule filled with thousands of breathtaking artifacts. But with this spectacular discovery came a wave of sensationalist journalism. Newspapers, hungry for a dramatic story, latched onto the idea of a deadly curse, and soon, a series of strange and unfortunate events began to lend credence to these tales. The most famous victim was, of course, Lord Carnarvon himself. Just a few months after the tomb was opened, he died in Cairo. The official cause was blood poisoning from an infected mosquito bite that he had accidentally nicked while shaving. The timing was uncanny. On the very night he died, a massive power outage plunged all of Cairo into darkness. Back in England, at his ancestral home, Carnarvon's dog, Susie, reportedly howled and then died at the exact same moment. The media went into a frenzy. Was this the Pharaoh's revenge? The story was too good to ignore. It was reported that a clay tablet found in the antechamber of the tomb read, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king." Although no reputable archaeologist or Carter himself ever confirmed the existence of this tablet, the legend was born and refused to die. The list of alleged victims grew. George J. Gould, a wealthy American financier and friend of visited the tomb in 1923. He developed a high fever shortly after and died within months from pneumonia. Sir Archibald Douglas Reed, a radiologist who x-rayed Tutankhamun's mummy, died a year later from a mysterious illness. A sea mace, a member of Carter's excavation team, died in 1928 from pleurisy and pneumonia. Even Howard Carter's personal secretary, Richard Bethel, was found dead in his bed in 1929 under suspicious circumstances. His father, Lord Westbury, reportedly leaped to his death from his 7th-floor apartment a few months later. In his room, a precious Egyptian artifact given to him by his son was found. The stories piled up, each one adding another layer to the chilling legend. By the 1930s, the curse of the Pharaohs was a global phenomenon. But what is the truth behind these mysterious deaths? Skeptics and scientists have offered a number of rational explanations. For one, the context of the time is crucial. Many of the individuals involved were working in Egypt in the 1920s, a time when sanitation was poor, and diseases like malaria and typhoid were rampant. Lord Carnarvon was already in fragile health before he even arrived in Egypt. Furthermore, the supposed victims didn't all die immediately. A study published in the British Medical Journal examined the survival rates of the 44 Westerners identified as being present when the tomb was opened. It found no statistically significant difference in their lifespans compared to a control group. In fact, Howard Carter, the man who led the entire operation and was most exposed to the tomb, lived for another 17 years, dying at the age of 64 from lymphoma. Another compelling scientific theory points to the environment within the sealed tombs themselves. For thousands of years, these chambers were airtight. This could have allowed dangerous, dormant pathogens like bacteria, fungi, and mold spores to thrive. When the tombs were opened, these airborne microbes, such as Aspergillus niger could have been inhaled by the explorers. For individuals with weakened immune systems, like the already frail Lord Carnarvon, exposure to such pathogens could indeed trigger severe respiratory infections and prove fatal. So, the curse might not have been supernatural magic, but rather a very real biological hazard. A microscopic army left to guard the king's tomb for millennia. It's a chilling thought. The pharaoh's protection wasn't a spell, but a form of ancient biological warfare. But Tutankhamun isn't the only king whose tomb is associated with strange occurrences. Then there's the story surrounding the tomb of Seti I, one of the most beautiful and well-preserved tombs in the valley. It was discovered by the larger-than-life Italian explorer Giovanni Belzoni in 1817. Belzoni was a former circus strongman turned adventurer, and he was known for his somewhat reckless excavation methods. He used a battering ram to break through a wall in Seti's tomb, revealing a vast network of stunningly decorated chambers. But Belzoni's life after the discovery was marked by misfortune. Despite his incredible find, he struggled to get the recognition and financial backing he deserved. He eventually embarked on a quest to find the source of the Niger River, but contracted dysentery and died in a small village in Benin, far from the glory he sought. Some see his tragic end as another example of the curse, a punishment for his aggressive methods of entering the sacred space. These stories, whether rooted in fact or folklore, tap into a deep human fascination with the unknown and the idea that some places are best left undisturbed. The Valley of the Kings is more than just a collection of tombs. It is a landscape steeped in ritual, power, and a profound respect for the boundary between life and death. The ancient Egyptians poured all their knowledge, wealth, and belief into ensuring their pharaoh's immortality. The curses, whether real or imagined, spoken or scientific, are a testament to the enduring power of that belief. They are the final guardians of the pharaoh's secrets, whispering warnings through the corridors of time. As we continue to study these tombs with modern technology, we uncover more secrets, but we also deepen the mystery. And perhaps that's the point. Perhaps the greatest treasure the Valley of the Kings holds is not the gold or the jewels, but the eternal sense of wonder and awe it inspires. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the shadows of ancient Egypt. The Valley of the Kings continues to be a source of incredible discoveries and enduring mysteries. What do you think? Are the curses real, or is there a scientific explanation for everything? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if there is a historical mystery or a legendary story you'd like us to explore in a future video, just tell us. We love hearing your suggestions. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world's greatest secrets. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring.